Hello there, it's me, back from the dead. I am so sorry. I know I have been away for quite some time. I've wanted to make videos, but I've just been a bit lost for this past year, and ultimately it was Neopets that brought me back again. Some crazy things have been happening in the world of Neopets this year. So to start, just a couple weeks ago, I believe it was, the original creator of Neopets, or one of the original creators, Adam Powell, showed up in the our Neopets Discord server to promote his new game, which turns out to be crypto based. And I don't know if there is a single group of people on this earth who hate NFTs and crypto as much as the Neopets fan base. So there was a bit of a scene, and he was on a whole other level, and I considered talking a bit more about that, but I just don't really, there's no point, and I don't exactly feel comfortable with it the more I think about it. He didn't really seem to be in a good way with some of the things he was saying, and I honestly felt bad for him. It was really a case of never meet your heroes. But you know, it's crazy how to see how someone can become so disconnected from the thing their own creation and the community they helped build. And he was saying things like he wanted to buy back Neopets so he could destroy it and make it horrible because he was so angry about the reaction of the community when he came in and tried to push this crypto-based product. And he said one of the most memed lines was, "I hope you live in poverty forever." But that's about as much fun as I'm willing to poke at it. Yes, he was I don't condone his actions, but you know, two things can be true at once. You can feel bad for someone while still condemning the choices they made, and that's sort of how I feel in this situation. But anyways, that is to say that, of course, I thought, okay, surely this is the most insane thing that's going to happen in the world of Neopets in 2023. I don't think anybody had that on their bingo cards. But then the other day I opened YouTube and I saw this thumbnail from the Neopets the YouTube account, and I watched the video, and it's only about 3 minutes long, I think, but I was just sitting there, there was so much information packed into those 3 minutes, and I was at a loss. It was one of those situations where I was just sitting there thinking, are they thinking, or am I thinking what I think they're saying? I'm not a very articulate speaker, I'm sorry. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why I chose to do YouTube. I wanted to get better at speaking because I've never really had like a platform before just to say what's on my mind. But that's beside the point. I'm just so excited about this. So they had a more in-depth sort of little blog article post on Medium, and even in all my optimism, I could not have foreseen this. I I believed in Neopets. I wanted to believe. I clung to the belief that Neopets would survive despite the odds, despite the corporate mismanagement slowly killing it. I had faith in Neopets. It was still going strong after all these years, after every close call, every controversy, and I just believed it was here to last. I had faith, I had hope, but I'm a very optimistic person, but even I could not have foreseen this development, which is that now, for the first time since I believe it was 2005, the first time that Neopets was sold, Neopets is now once again its own independent company. In all my fantasies, in all my trying to imagine what kind of company could purchase Neopets and save them from NetDragon, it did not even register as a possibility to me that Neopets would ever just be its own thing again. This is just an earth-shattering development. Like, we are witnessing a change in the course of history. I am just so unbelievably excited about this, and I quickly just wanted to go over some of the things that they posted in this article, because there were a few that did stick out to me. So I'm not gonna go too in-depth into sort of the technical, logistical aspects of this buyout. I'm sure there are many other people who could do a better job of covering that than me, but one thing I do want to say that Dominic Law, the person who was sort of at the helm orchestrating this, was in charge of the Metaverse project, which is now dead. Great. And if you don't know, that was the much hated Neopets NFTs, which I did sort of go over in my other video a little bit about Neopets lore. I'm sorry, the lighting probably keeps changing because my screen is going into sleep mode, but anyways, what I wanted to say about the new CEO, Dominic Law, although he was, as I understand, deeply connected to the Metaverse project, which was just a massive stain on the Neopets brand. They made posts, just regardless of all the disrespect they had to the existing community and the fact that they were pushing these NFTs that no one wanted, taking resources from the already struggling main site to put into this Metaverse project. They just did not seem to understand the lore of Neopets, even on a fundamental level, which was sort of the concern that I had, learning that the person who was in charge of that is now in charge of Neopets. But, you know, to quote Mr. Rogers, the same people who are bad sometimes are the same people who are good sometimes. The same people who are good sometimes are the same people who are bad sometimes. And that's sort of the sentiment that I had with Adam when he came into the Discord server, and that's how I see this. He was the one who facilitated the buyout when Jumpstart went under, and he essentially petitioned to save it, so I'm grateful for that, and I have hope. I have hope that there's a team of really passionate people. They've already hired new artists and programmers to help bring the site up to what it should be. And I believe I don't want to go into this with cynicism. Maybe I'm too trusting of a person. Maybe I'm too optimistic. But I want to believe in the best. I don't want to see something as a failure before it's even left the ground, because then that's all I'll ever see. And sure, I'll probably have some criticisms, but overall, I'm excited for this change. But anyways, going back to some of the changes, or not the changes, but some of the future plans they have. They have a new plot in the works. I have to say that right off the bat, because I am beyond elated. I just, as you know, if you've watched my other Neopets video, or the last Neopets video that I did, that is such a huge core thing about the series to me, and I haven't really, I've been waiting over a decade since The Fairy's Ruin came out, to have another plot on that scale. And this brings me to the first thing that, it's not really a criticism, but a sort of concern I have about this big push to make the website mobile friendly. I cannot imagine participating in plots on a mobile device. Like, I can't imagine, if everything is designed to cater to a mobile format, I just can't envision having comics and puzzles on the same immersive scale that we did back when Neopets was actually putting out plots on a regular basis. And yes, I know that times change, but at its core, Neopets is a desktop browser game, and I think it's important to understand that going forward. I think that basic quality of life things, everyday things like dailies and navigating maps and going to shops should be comfortable and accessible on mobile, but first and foremost, it should be designed as a desktop site. Like, Neopets is a massive experience with so many different parts, and I just cannot imagine a world in which all of that is compressed into a mobile format. Some things are just better left as a desktop experience, but that is just my opinion. I know people have said things like restocking is a pain to do on mobile. Like, I'm personally not a big shop person. I just put in whatever into my shop. I don't really participate in that side of the community, so I'm not the best to speak on this, but I have heard people say, like, they don't like the idea of having that cater to a mobile format, although maybe I should just cut this out. I don't want to speak on that because it's not my thing, but it's just an example of something that it's just too finicky and complicated to do on your phone rather than on your computer. And I'm sort of two minds when it comes to this, because the core Neopets user base is millennials who are just as comfortable, if not more so, on a desktop than they are on a mobile device. But then again, I do want to see, you know, a new generation of Neopets players come from this, and I do think that having mobile-friendly elements could help bring more a younger demographic in. But with that being said, one thing I am very concerned about in the conversion of pages is what is going to happen with pages that allow customization, like user lookups and shops and galleries and pet pages. I think that having the option of custom HTML is such an important thing to preserve, especially in this day and age of the internet, where it's basically an endangered species. It's something that used to be prevalent across all kinds of different websites. Like back in my day, every fan site used to have a graphics section where you could copy and paste the HTML for different little images or backgrounds onto your own site or your own page on whatever the website might be, whether it be like MySpace or Neopets. So you could have like a little, you know, you could decorate your page with stuff from your favorite series, your favorite fandom. But I digress. As social media has become sort of more streamlined, the options of customization have waned, and Neopets has always kept that element, and I just think that is so important not to lose sight of. You know, Neopets inspired an entire generation of programmers and artists and writers. I've heard so many people say that they got into those fields because of where they started and what they learned from Neopets. So I just hope that, like, if we don't devalue those things, if we keep them, that we'll be able to inspire a new generation. I think that would be a really just wonderful thing. Yeah, that's my little rant on my concern over the site conversion. I'm sorry. I wish I were more articulate and charismatic. I'm not really used to speaking, but that's part of the reason why I want to do this. I want to get better at it. I'm sorry. But you can read the article for yourself. Those are just the key points that really stuck out to me that I really wanted to touch on. I'm not sure if I really have much else to say about this other than that I'm just really, really happy about the changes that they've promised, and today is supposed to be the day that they launch the new homepage. So I think I'm gonna end this video by checking that out. I'm so excited. One sec, I'm gonna open my screen recorder so we can experience this together. Hopefully it actually works this time, because last time I tried this with the DNA video and it lagged a lot, but I think that was because my laptop wasn't plugged in. I should not do that angle. I learned in that video that it did not look flattering at all. Okay, here we go. I'm going to the home page. Is it actually going to be different? Okay, it's loading. I'm so nervous. What if it's just the same and they haven't converted it? Yeah, that will be a very anticlimactic end to this video. Okay. Wait. Okay, yeah, it's just the same. It's July 20th, isn't it? Oh. Well, that's not what I expected. July 20th, 2023. We are thrilled to announce we are launching our new Neopets homepage. But where? Oh well. I guess I'll be back later to see if they actually did it. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back, and what the actual heck? I've just looked on Twitter, and it says they launched the new homepage, so I don't know what's going on. But anyways, I guess I'll check again. Maybe I have to log out? Is that what the issue is? I don't know, but let's find out. Alright, here we go again. Refreshing? No. Signing out. Oh! Well, there it is. Wow! Alright, introducing the new Neopets homepage. We warmly welcome all Neopians to the brand new Neopets homepage. From news and updates to the latest events. Let's start exploring. Okay. Sure. Wow, I don't know what to say. There's the World of Neopets, the new mobile app that's supposed to be launching. Okay, so it just gives us some information about it. I'll look at that more later. Welcome to Neopets. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just gonna latest events. There's the Neocash giveaway. Top news. Top 5. Oh, wait. Oh my god. Wait. They have like character pages. Let's see Xandra. Oh my god. This is so cool. I love that they have character little profiles. I wonder if they're gonna add more. They have Hannah and Jared and King Altador and Sandra and Hubert Knox and oh my god. Oh, look at that. 2002 Champions of Maritel. I remember that very fondly. Oh, and it's going over the plots. Oh my god, I love... Okay, this is sort of encompassing both the history of Neopia and I guess the history of the brand, or maybe it is just supposed to be like the history of Neopia. I touched on this in my lore video, but essentially there are different versions of the Neopets canon. One is this high fantasy world of Neopia that doesn't have any humans, and it has these anthropomorphic pets, which is that's the version I'm most invested in, but also just the daily site stuff. There's like the version that just is the website itself and refers to you as the user, and the world that your actual pets inhabit, and they are pets. And then I'm sorry, it's difficult to explain. But anyways, I'm probably getting off topic. I'm just so excited. The Obelisk War. Oh yes, no, see, it's in incorporating Trudy's surprise, so I guess this is sort of a milestones of the website. Yeah, 20th anniversary. Neopets Island Builders. Look at that. Merch and newsletter. Oh, I really love that they have just stuff about the world on the homepage. That's quite special to me. What happens if we click Explore Neopets? Oh, look at the Neopets! Oh, and gives you that's a really pretty picture of Dargan Citadel. Look at that. I don't know if I've ever seen this one before. It looks like it's like a holiday picture. Maybe this is from the Advent calendar. I don't remember. But, oh, I love this. I love that they're including this in their branding. Oh, this is so cool. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's look at the plots. Oh my god, Champions of Meridel. This is such a nice little resource. These 5 iconic stories have undoubtedly left a lasting mark in Neopian history. As we celebrate these remarkable tales, let's eagerly anticipate the future, hoping Neopets will continue delivering even more inspiring stories. Cheers to more adventures in the future. Yes, cheers to that. Oh wow. Neopets' plots are the heart and soul of the game, often involving grand adventures unfurling right before your eyes. These captivating stories brim with twists and turns as you jump into all the action. Numerous plots have captivated and electrified Neopians throughout the years. And guess what? We've rounded up 5 iconic plots that will forever be etched in Neopets history. Oh, that's right. Wow. I think, to me, this is one of the reasons why Neopets has sort of survived and been like this entity that people have returned to, despite there being a lot of other similar browser-based games out there. They've just done such a fun job with their immersive lore. And you don't really get that from many other games. A lot of it is just, there is lore, but it's a lot of reading, and it's not as intuitive and fun and engaging as the Neopets plots are. And just the everyday elements in the world of Neopia. There are so many browser games that I've started and then just kind of abandoned because I wasn't really into them as an immersive world. And that's the really special spark to me that Neopets has. But yeah, I'm really happy that they're focusing on this stuff. I know that the plots aren't what everyone is super concerned with, but for me it's really special, and a lot of other people I know as well. So yeah, I think this is a really positive note to end the video on. I'm really happy. This is a lot of fun. This is just, I have so much optimism for whatever the future holds. I'm so excited to see where this new team is going to bring Neopets. I'm sorry this video wasn't very good. And the lighting kept changing, and I didn't have a script, and I'm not very good at speaking, but I will get better. I promise. I'll figure it out. I can do this. But yeah, I appreciate you being here, and I will hopefully have a lot more and a lot more organized videos for you in the future. Bye!